I always just share with you guys what I'm doing on the stock market. Lots of mistakes, blah, blah, blah. Let's just take a look, gentlemen. First of all, a little story time about the stock market. I have realized, as I also told you guys, reported last week, I've overextended in stocks. I have too much. Look, this is all the money I have. And you should only put a bit of all your money in investments. You can kind of say, that's what, when I read books and listen to people, is you have to always imagine. Imagine today you invest in the stock market or whatever you invest in, and tomorrow there's a big crash. A big crash is going to happen tomorrow. Will you be able to emotionally handle this crash? Crash doesn't mean you lose your money. A company has to go bankrupt. Like the Corona crash. Corona, it went down. Your brain is like, wow, I lost all my money. But then it goes back up 6 months later, you know? And I'm way into deep. That's a big mistake. So what I'm doing now is I want to liquidize my assets. I want to get my money back. I went into deep. A tactic I'm playing here now is, and I think that's wrong. 1 sec, let me just log in. A tactic I'm doing is that I looked at all my stocks that I own, and I looked at all the stocks that are 10% or higher. You can never sell a stock if it's below 5% because you're losing money. In Germany, you pay 25% taxes when you sell a stock, and you pay a little bit of fees for the bank. So if a stock that you have made 2% and you're selling the stock, you actually almost, or I think you made a negative money because you have to pay the fees and the taxes. So I looked at all my stocks that had 10% or higher, and I sold them. I want to look for examples. I want to tell you what I sold. And I think that's emotionally a bit wrong. I still stand with this. I want to hear your opinion to this. I sold a lot of stocks that were winning for me. I want to tell names about these stocks. I'm looking. Because I want to liquidize my assets. The problem now is when I look into my portfolio, into my stocks, I have a lot of losers there, a lot of red numbers, because I sold all the winners. Don't get your stock market on the Sparkasse, fucking trash. I sold, and I think that is probably wrong, because I sold winners. But once again, you have to think about this in the way that I want to liquidize my assets. I want to get out of stock market a bit, or, you know, I have too much invested. Thank you, Biza, man. I sold 11-bit studios. I made money on that. I sold American States Water, made money on that. Xylem, that's water. Apple. Selling Apple is never clever, but I want to decrease. And a big winner I sold is Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin makes rockets. It's some arms dealer in the USA. I sold that. I'm at a little bit of... I sold all of them with 10% plus. Now, I'm remaining with my current stocks, and I got new stuff. I'm going to show now. 1 sec. I have this new idea. In my first year, I did a lot of mistakes. I made money with BioNTech, stuff like that. You don't see them because it's sold, but I also made big mistakes. My big mistakes are called CD Projekt, TUI, and HelloFresh, even Borussia Dortmund. I overvalued them. I went into deep, and then they went down. Not so good. So I'm starting to believe I want to reach a new tactic in investments, and that is 70, 60, 50% ETFs and fonds. If you don't know what that is, please read about it. I'm not going to explain it again. That's stuff where you don't have to do so much, right? And the rest is stocks. So what I did is I'm umschichten. I'm mixing it up. I'm selling stocks. For example, here we go. I'm waiting for TUI to reach a certain point. I'm selling it. HelloFresh, I want to sell it. And CD Projekt. Once they reach certain points, I'm going to sell them. Never going to look after them. Get it out to start. And what I'm doing now is I'm investing a lot in ETFs and funds. And they look like this. What this means is, for example, this is a fund. Pictet Water, my favorite investment in the world right now. I really believe in them very, very hard. It's a fund where a Wall Street guy gets a lot of water stocks around the world, puts them together, makes money for you. It's up by 8% for me. So you see, I'm investing a lot into these stocks. A lot of green stuff, global water, sustainable what is that? Sustainable companies, clean energy. I even have JP Morgan China now because I think China's coming. Emerging markets, blah, 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 blah. And that's what's going on. I'm buying a lot of these funds. I'm not anymore. I'm into deep. I want to sell stuff here that I don't believe in, and then just get into funds and stocks, and then, you know, see what happens. My big winner is still, again, TUI, just sell it. Paradox is very, very good right now. I think I did a very good job there. Paradox had a big crash after the announcement that Vampires Masquerades that Vampire Bloodlines 2, the whole staff has been kicked, so the stock went down to 1850. I know for a fact that Paradox is very conservative, a company that does very, very good with money, and they made a lot of money during Corona, so I felt like 1850. Paradox is always like 21 euros something, so that's a good winner right now. Dortmund is HelloFresh was a very bad investment. Coca-Cola is just the most basic stock in the world. Nothing to say there. It's so basic. Bunch of water stuff you can really see. I believe hardcore. A professional guy would probably say, what the fuck? No. You should never put all your eggs into one basket. I'm a guy, as an investor, I very, very, very much believe that if you look at the way I invest, and I'm going to invest in the next 10 years, I'm investing anti-human. What I mean is, I don't mean weapons or war. I believe the human race is completely retarded. The human race is about to destroy itself. And I'm betting on that. For example, I'm betting hardcore into water. I believe that the water crisis is going to be a thing in our lifetime. I think, I mean, look at Florida. In Florida, there is 1 billion gallons of water that are intoxicated by phosphorus. Help me if I'm doing this wrong. And what Florida is doing right now is they're thinking of putting this toxic water into the Atlantic Ocean and not into their own rivers, because they don't care, right? Who's gonna stop us? We're America. I believe in the global water crisis, so I'm into that a lot. And yeah, that's what's going on with me. Yeah. I want to stop emotional buys, like Alibaba, for example, right? I'm reading a newspaper and it's like, Alibaba is coming back soon, so I'm buying it. I want to stop doing that, these emotional buys, and that's what's going on with me. Any questions, class? Any questions? That is my update. I'm down 3% still, so yeah, I'm not a winner. Don't listen to me at all. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Never listen to my shit. Yeah, what's your GME? What is... I don't know what this is. Why'd you never buy Amazon? Because they're too high. And I buy with German stuff. And my prediction is, here's what I feel. S&P 500. The S&P 500 is, and that's a fact, that's not like weird or anything. The S&P 500 is an index that shows the 500 biggest US firms, companies. And if you look at this right here, this shows how well the biggest 500 companies in America are doing right now. And the reason I'm bringing this out right now, because I want to show something I believe in, something I want to do now. If you look at the market right now on the whole world, you can look at your country, Europe, America, everywhere. What happens is that everything grows, right? Things have to grow, otherwise our society is going to fall apart. Move camera. Oh, sorry. Like this. And here's what I think. Here's what I'm going to do in the next years. I might be wrong. I don't know. I just want to tell you my tactic. You see the Corona crash, right? It happened everywhere. You can, whatever you look at, the Corona crash happened. What happened though, very, very quickly after Corona, is that everything has recovered in record time and is even much higher than before Corona. Look at this. Before Corona, we're here, now we're here. And every index, everything looks like this. And I perfectly, as an amateur who doesn't know much, I don't trust this. It feels bubbly to me. Americans are printing money. They are super in debt. Europe is fucked, bro. Not a single nation other than China made positive GDP in 2020. And so why is this so high? And I'm realizing now that I feel like I have to stop being so instant. I've always been a guy, maybe you feel the same, when I read, oh, a new game's coming out, a new Lord of the Rings game. I've always been like this as a child. You think probably the same. I want the game right now. Wait, Hearts of Iron 5 is coming? I want to play it right now. I always want things right now. And I always buy stocks right now. This is wrong though. You gotta be patient. And I believe that this right here, this ultra growth that you see everywhere. Let's look at Germany, whatever. It's everywhere. Corona crash, and now it's higher than before, right? And I would believe with my brain that this right here is gonna correct itself. A correction means stuff goes down back to what it truly is. And I think that all this growth doesn't show all the depth that's coming the next years and stuff. So what I'm doing now is I'm not touching anything anymore. I'm not touching any stocks. I will wait till the world corrects itself, goes down 20%, and then I buy. Something that I learned, for example, now with, here's an example of my new tactic that I think is adult and clever. JP Morgan China. I just invested into this fund. JP Morgan China is a fund by JP Morgan that invests in China, which is coming. Can I just please see the thing? Can you fuck off? JP Morgan, fuck off. Just show me how it's doing, man. Jesus Christ. Here. Here's an example for what I'm doing now. JP Morgan China is a fund that is gonna invest in China, blah blah blah. And you see, once again, you see the Corona crash. Now the Corona crash isn't even in here so much. That's weird. And a new tactic is I waited for this to go down. This hedge fund went up, like everything else, up, oh, money, and then it crashed. It corrected itself, and I just bought it like down here. I bought it, and already this is good for your brain. I invested on a low because I was patient. I didn't buy, oh, it's growing. I wanna jump on this train. I wanna do the same. I waited. It goes down. Imagine you buy down here. How good that is for your brain. You predict to go down, and now you buy, and then it goes up. Easy green numbers. And that's a new tactic I want to do. And secondly, I personally feel like the markets are too good right now. It doesn't make sense to me. The whole economy of the world is laying low. Everybody is in debt, man. All the governments are handing out money, getting into debt, and I don't know why the markets are exploding like this. Probably someone can explain it. I don't understand it, but that's me, man. That's what's going on. Any questions? Thank you, Zyotone. We're switching into Minecraft here in a second for 1 hour. The markets are good because interest rates are too low across the board. They were also low before that, weren't they? Worldwide stimulus and record interest rates lead to way more investments. I also read this article that as much people as ever before are investing in stocks now. The Corona crisis triggered a lot of young people and older people to finally be interested in the stock market and investments, and a lot of people are investing now. This is getting more and more. It's pretty cool, actually. It's a good thing. I think investing is a good thing. Gave you a link on Discord you can look up later. Yeah, that was TommyKay's stock market review. Maybe one day I'm gonna have green numbers. Haha. And yeah. After all, my biggest asset, what I believe in, is the water crisis coming, and I invest a lot in that shit.